Albion State Normal School. Not exactly as normal as it tries to claim. This school was established in 1893. Why was it called a normal school, you ask? Normal school is an old term for a college that trains students to become teachers. What makes this normal school so strange is the hauntings that take place here. Many people in the area swear the buildings are haunted. Today we'll be hearing accounts from a few different people who say they've been scared by something supernatural here. Many people come to the school, now called the Haunted Mansions of Albion, to be scared. During October, 3 of the buildings which are filled with terrifying attractions are open to any customer willing to face their fears. They feature animatronics, all sorts of gruesome and uncanny props, and of course the actors. Actors who spend hours in the dark buildings, oftentimes alone. You'd think that after scaring group after group of customers in their own area of the building that the actors would feel comfortable in their spots. But that's not always entirely the case. The buildings have their own auras, atmospheres that make some very uncomfortable, and after hearing endless rumors of strange occurrences, one can only wonder, am I really alone?
So in the basement where me and my friend Maddie work, there is a small, child-sized animatronic doll. We named her Reagan. Because when you name something, it's less creepy to you. And if you talk to it, it's less creepy to you. So every time we go downstairs, we'd say, "Hey Reagan, you know, like, what's up?" Trying to like play it cool because she's really freaky, right? So this Saturday, a couple weeks back, we went and visited our friends who were only a couple rooms away from us because there was nobody at the haunted attraction here. No one in line, so we didn't have to scare anybody. So we thought we'd go goof off for a minute and go say hi. So we went and we came back and we opened the door to the secret passageway, is how we try to get around. And Reagan is not in her spot. And this is very unsettling for us because Reagan is freaky, okay? Like, that is something you don't mess with. No one messes with Reagan. Like, that's like kind of the unspoken rules. Like, you don't touch Reagan. So me and Maddie were freaking out. We go into the back hallway where the last part of our room is, and there she is. Someone had moved her, or something, had moved her to stand in front of the tunnel. And I've heard I've heard all kinds of stories of ghosts in that tunnel. So that tunnel already kind of freaks me out as it is. But when Reagan is standing there in front of it, looking at us directly, it was the most creepy thing. Like, I don't know, me and Maddie, we freaked out. No one had gone through the haunted house. And we found out later that the haunted house was closed at that point. There had nobody been in there. The only other person who could have moved her was her coworkers, but we actually went up to the coworkers who was near us, and we asked them if they would actually help us move her back. And they didn't even want to touch her. They were almost as terrified as we were. So it couldn't have been them. To this day, it freaks me out. I've never really been one to believe in ghosts, let alone, you know, believe any kind of ghost story people tell about even this place. But something about Reagan in that night, it still makes me feel sick to this day. And I don't work in that place anymore. I work up here for 2 reasons, mainly because of the dust, but also because I couldn't be around Reagan anymore.
I've actually had like tons of experiences here, especially down in the basement where I work. About the 6th or 7th night that we worked here, that I felt something touch my hair. And it was always tugging at the ends, just repeatedly. And then it'd walk away, and the only time it didn't happen was when I was not in the room. So I stopped going in the rooms when I was by myself down there. When Aaron worked down there with me one time, I had the mask off, and he likes to pull on my hair like that, so I thought it was him at that one time. But he was in front of me. There was no way his arm was gonna go behind me and pull on my hair. So I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna be in this room anymore. We're gonna go to this one. But since I moved, I haven't had very much experiences, but I'm pretty sure if I go back down there and I sit in there for a little bit, something's gonna happen again.
This animatronic, it's in the orphan room and it rocks back and forth and sings, but it's pressure plate activated. Like, we heard it going off. So we're all like, okay, someone must be in there, so we'll go check. So we're walking back to go check, and my friend, she looks in, turns to me, there's no one in here. We turn around and book it.
One of the most scariest things I ever experienced was I was downstairs, had a gun, just going around my day, till someone I heard a brush on my shoulder, and I looked behind, there was like no one there. So at that point, I just freaked out. I went to go upstairs to go tell my friends. I was like, yo, someone just brushed me. I was like, this is scary. I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm done for the night. It's like 11. I'm like, I just want to be done right now. It was like so scary because when I experience stuff like that, it just scares me a lot. Like, a lot.
I was kind of sitting because it was a slow night. I was sitting there just kind of playing on my phone, playing around. And I heard some leaves rustling off. It was sitting in the restroom, off on the other side of the restroom against the wall. I heard some leaves rustling. So I pulled on my flashlight, and I was expecting to see a mouse or something, dart off when I turned on my light. When I turned on my light, all I saw was the leaves stop moving. There was nothing there. The leaves just stopped rustling. So I got up, went and kind of looked around to see, if there's a mouse that ran out that I didn't see or something. Nothing was there. There was no mice, no breeze, no nothing in there. All the windows were boarded up real good. The last one that happened, I believe it was a Thursday night, a slower night. I was sitting in the actual hallway. I wasn't in the stall. I was in the hallway, just sitting and waiting for a group to come. And I saw a white figure that was walking up and down the little short hallway before the last room. I saw a white figure going back and forth. So I pulled out my flashlight, turned it on, and it disappeared.
Last year, I was working in School of Chaos, and I got my hack knocked off, and when I reached over to, bent over to get it, it feels like a linebacker just gets down and pushes against my rear end, and I tumble until I hit the wall.
Ow.
Yeah, it hurt. It scared the crap out of me, too. It's a good thing it was 1 a.m. and I was on my way out. Probably would have left in the middle of the shift.
So I was running around taking pictures, and I took a picture, and almost immediately I seen something in it. So I looked at it, and no joke, there was literally this outline of a woman standing there.
I've been working at the Haunted Mansions this is my 3rd year. So I'm working at the Haunted Mansions for, about 3 years. And first year I worked here, I was a zombie. I got it at last minute, very first day, got it at last minute. And I've just kind of been loving working here. And I worked about a year. Then the next year, I got transferred to the clown house. So first experience was when I was working I have a paintball gun. So I have a paintball gun, and at one point, another group was coming. So I just heard a locker, shut, and I was just like, it was spooky because I was the only one in there. So the locker door kind of shut. So I got freaked out, I was stunned or whatever.
There has been some times that both Aaron and I see shadows going around the hallways, and we hear something walking when it's not really there. And there was this one time where we also heard it talking to us. Because at the end of the year party, we went ghost hunting, and we went in that tunnel. And we caught stuff that was talking to us. We could hear it on our cameras. And we got EVPs from paranormal investigators that were here. There was something in there. It was not okay.
A door. There was a door I have. It's broken. It kind of shut by itself to the point where I thought it was you, Andy, because I was like, oh, was you? But then when I looked inside, it was you were standing all the way over there, and I was like, that is so creepy.
So do you believe in ghosts?
No, definitely. I'm running a palm reading and aura reading booth. If I'm open-minded enough for that, I'm wearing a good luck talisman on me. How can I not believe in the supernatural, ghosts, life after death?
So do you think you believe in ghosts?
Yeah! I've always believed in ghosts, but I never got touched by one until last year, and I was like, you know what? I'm done.
So do you think you believe in ghosts?
To a certain point. Ghosts, demons, whatever you want to call it. I believe there is something out there that's not just us.
So do you think you believe in ghosts?
I truly do believe, ghosts, they are real. Yeah, ghosts are real. You may not see them, but I have experience where I do think ghosts are real. I know they're real. It's at the point where I don't think they're real, that I know that they're real.
Want to hear more about the haunted school? Tune into the Travel Channel on November 4th. because the Ghost Adventures crew actually investigated this place. I know I'll be watching. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you all have an awesome night. Goodbye!